It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Buccaneers' sure-handed wide receiver, author of an 1,100-yard season so far, and hoping to add more. It's the Bucs and the Saints next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and our home team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm... Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right on the 30. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Touchdown! A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Now a give, right side. Hart. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense for the Saints, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hart.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hart. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Hart. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it.
And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself in a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
On 1st down, it's Hart. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. That is caught at the 7.
And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hart, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll look to throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. St. Louis football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Back to throw again. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll set up to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play, and he was motivated to stick him with a safety.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is brought in at the 21.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. A quick throw, but incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted.
The pass on 2nd down. Intercepted by the Buccaneers.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They take over here with good field position thanks to that nice return after the interception. As they're already in the red zone, 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Up the middle they go. Hart. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. This from 32 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. The Saints at 11-5 on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think they have nickel. Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll make this a 6-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 3. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 2nd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
He's got room at the 30.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5. This is caught. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite-level production.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So a very tight first half. We head to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Desmond Ridder leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Bryan Edwards, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 28-21, the final score. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he was able to get it by playing. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Richards to the 43, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Taken down at the 23-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richards. And some space here. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. 49 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
He finds his man, complete. That's Richards.
To number 29. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Richards looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick here is good. And they have regained the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they look to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now a give, right side. It's Hart, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. On 2nd down, it's Hart. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. They'll look to throw.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Bucs are right back in this football game.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. On third down, Hart. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a fourth quarter lead. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And they'll remain down by 2.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
They certainly caught a big break with that missed field goal. Instead of trailing, they hold on to that slim lead, and now we'll see how they play this critical fourth quarter possession.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy, and they needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Higgins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. On second down now. It's Richards. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Now a handoff up the middle. Richards. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Back to throw. Touchdown, Saints! From 10 yards out.
And the Saints are able to build on their fourth quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2
be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
This feels like something we'd see more commonly seeing in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that makes it a 9-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
So out come the Bucs now.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a give right side. It's Hart, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On third down, Hart, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side. It's Richards.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
From a couple yards deep.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. On first down, it's Richards. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Richards. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So now the Bucs down by 15. And time, a huge factor. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. With that last pass, he just went ahead of Warren Moon on the all-time NFL career passing yards list.
And that's Hall of Famer Warren Moon. A significant accomplishment to be able to pass that number. Somewhere Warren is saying, but what if they added my...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the home team here,
they finish off the regular season at 12 up and 5 down.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers,
they wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen as it is an 8-9 season in the end.
And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end.